Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, Gabby on Paper. In today's video, we are going to budget out my first paycheck of January. So let's go ahead and get started. We have just over $1,900 to assign. This does include some overtime that I forgot to submit in my last paycheck, and I think 1 or 2 hours of overtime from the pay period, from this actual pay period. So there's a combination of both. So typically I would go into my next month to start funding that, but since I've changed some of the category targets, I have to finish up January. So we'll go to underfunded. I'm going to skip over the initiation fee because I want to discuss this a little bit more, but I'll go here and add $5 to personal care and then $10 to my new consumables category. The reimbursements is not anything I have to worry about. My sister will send me this money once our last streaming charge goes through. I'll ask her for the money and she'll send that like same day, so we don't have to worry about that. Credit card payments are underfunded. I believe it's because of this reimbursement charge. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But I guess I'll find out once she sends me the money and whether or not that gets cleared out. Now, I know that in my last video, I created a target for my gym initiation fee, but I've actually decided to cancel that. I'm not going to be tracking this. What I'm going to do is just pull the money when the time comes from this EVC holding category. Again, this is funded with extra money that I have at the end of the month from the golf and tennis categories. I just sent that down here. So in May, when I need to pay for the initiation fee, my half will be $125. I'll just pull that from here and there's no need for me to save more for it. So I'll go ahead and delete this. I believe that should be all that's underfunded on my end. I know it's $121.63 and this is only $21.06. But in a couple weeks, my AT&T bill will go through and my sister will have to send me her portion of that as well. So that's included in the $121.63. So let's get started with funding February. We'll do the full amount of the emergency fund. The Roth IRA, I'm going to skip because I like to fund that in the month that we're in. So I'll leave that there. I'll do half of my rent and utility fee. And then I'm going to change the name actually. They're not charging us for our apartment gym anymore. And then we'll just do all of these bills.
I'll do half of the gym bill, the monthly fee.
Now that I've decided I'm not going to fund all the credit card fees, it's such a small amount, which is nice. It's always nice to reduce. I always fund my food category with my second paycheck. One day I decided to do it that way and I've just done it that way ever since, but I'm considering changing things up for a future budget with me and not saving, like essentially just working my way down the list and funding as much as I can that way. So we'll see. So my variable expenses are funded. I don't need to send anything to this category group yet. I'm going to focus on this once I fully fund my Roth IRA. We'll send money to shopping, hobbies, personal care, self-care, golf, and then we'll do 1/2 of the tennis, just because it's a large amount. So we'll do household consumables, and I think that's all I want to fund in February right now. Let's take a look. So right now it says to max out my Roth IRA by the end of the year, I need to contribute $472.73 a month. Once I send some extra to my Roth IRA in January, we'll come back here and look at what that number is. But I first want to see how much I still need to fund in February. So to check how much I need to fund for the rest of the month, this number is not accurate because I'm going to include things like my sister's phone bills and the streaming charges that I'm in charge of paying. I will just select everything but the last two categories. So to fund the rest of February, I need $1,784, but that does include the Roth IRA. So really I need $1,311 to fund the rest of February. Now that we're back in January, I'm looking to send some extra money to some categories here now that I've funded February as much as I've wanted to. But before I do that, I want to get this up to $2,000 again. I had to pull some money from this to settle up December. Originally I pulled $300, but I sent $100 back when I didn't need that much. But I want to replenish this. And I'm doing that with the shopping category. I'm going to move $200 to my Roth IRA. And the reason I did this is because I had purchased some boots. Well, let's snooze this first. I had purchased some boots, I want to say in late November or early December. And I purchased 4 pairs of boots. I wanted to find the right ones that fit me. I kept 1 pair, returned 1 in 1 box. That was fine. I got a credit like the next week. And then like a couple days after I mailed back the first pair of boots, I mailed back the 2 other pairs. And for whatever reason, the credit was just not coming. And I was like, I need to call the company, check out the tracking, all that. But I needed to cover that overspending in December. This credit, the $262.38 was what I was refunded. It came through like 2 days ago. So I had all this money in my shopping category that I really don't want to be spending, even though I know really I do. But I did pull money from my Roth IRA to cover that refund that hadn't gone through. So I'm just putting that back essentially. So we have $2,000 in my Roth IRA. I think for now I'm going to start by sending, let's see, I want to send a little extra to miscellaneous because I have some stuff coming up soon. So I think I'm going to send an extra $50 to that. I will likely spend that full amount. Could be a little bit more, but I don't want to overfund it either. What else? Self-care. I am going to get my eyebrows done before my trip to Puerto Rico later this month. And then I have travel, $1,500. All right, I'm gonna send a little extra to hobby because I'm eyeing something and I don't want to just pull the trigger, but if I do, I want to have money available for it. We'll send the other $400 to my Roth IRA, which is not bad considering this is my first paycheck of January. So now that that's funded, let's take a look at February and see this number was at $472, and now it looks like I only need $418.19 a month to fund this by December 31st. So we're doing very well. Again, I am hoping to get this funded by the end of the first quarter though, so it shouldn't take me all year. That's it for today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Bye.